We are back this Wednesday morning with the CEO and president of the Children's Museum of the Lowcountry, Karen Coltrane. You know the drill. We're talking all about the most fun and unique events happening this week in the Lowcountry that are both family friendly and, of course, a great time. Welcome back, Karen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Always so much fun to be with you. We love talking about all these great events that are going on. First off is one that I've been to before. I've covered this before for Live 5. Something that's always so much fun, and you get to be out by the beach and you get to eat. What is it?
Right, so nothing better than
Nothing
that.
better.
It's Folly's food.
Yes.
Taste of Folly.
Taste of Folly. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and they actually, I was really proud of them because they've got a lot of stuff for the kids going on too. So
Look at that. The kids love that too, by the way.
The kids do love the stilt walkers are amazing. They've got a hot dog eating contest, which I have to tell you, I kind of have to look away from sometimes.
Me too. I'm not a hot dog girl.
But the oyster shucking contest, so that's always fun. Server Olympics, which I think is pretty cool, and cooking demonstrations. But for the kids this year, Good Clean Fun is bringing with them pots and pans percussion, which I think is going to be well received. Like the stilt walkers we saw, jugglers, pasta making, lots of fun. So it might be something if you're, planning out the weekend, that might be one to put on the list.
Every time I've gone out there, there's always been so many kids, and they're just having the time of their lives.
Yeah.
So they do such a great job with that event.
They do. So it had to be mentioned.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to mention one that might be a little more offbeat, but I just thought it was super clever, and I wanted people to know about it. And that is the Rustic Muffin in Monk's Corner is doing a kids pretzel and cheese baking class.
I love a good pretzel and cheese.
Yeah, between 2 and 4 on Saturday. So if you want to check that out online. I don't know how many people they can put in it, but it sounds like fun. And if you've got a little one who's got an interest in cooking, that might be another option.
Yeah, my parents put me in cooking classes when I was young, and I still remember all those little skills that I learned back then, which is so funny. So it's so good to get them involved in the kitchen.
It is. Well, the great thing about the kitchen is you're learning math. I mean, it's a real world application. Cleaning, lots of things you need to know when you grow up.
Definitely.
So, and speaking of that, the third item I have is for the builders among you. So we're kind of hands-on this weekend. Is Lowe's offers a kids workshop, and it's called the First DIY Toolbox. So it's from 10 to 1, and I know they're doing this at the Mount Pleasant Lowe's, and I believe some of the other area Lowe's do it as well. I love it because it offers children the opportunity to work with real tools, just like we do at the Children's Museum.
Yeah.
So, it's funny because not all children's museums are brave enough to have real hammers and real saws out there for kids, and we do. So, so we know our friends at Lowe's are kind of aligned with us in that it's not too young. I mean, we are amazed at what we see children create on the floor, so I suspect that'll happen if they go to this program as well.
Definitely. What else you got going on at the museum?
Well, a lot going on at the museum. I actually wore my snowflake pendant today to remind me to tell you that the snow is still going, and I'm telling you, I can't get over how popular that is.
See, it's still going for a reason.
It's still going for a reason. Soon to end.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, probably in this month.
Okay.
But it has way exceeded our expectations. We run it on the weekends, and people really are coming back again and again to experience. So
I'm glad it's been such a success.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's fun to give some kids a winter wonderland for the first time.
That's right.
Definitely. Right. All right. What's up with your Palmetto planner tip? Not Palmetto planner tip. Palmetto parenting tip. So many P words.
A lot of alliteration going on. That's right. Well, all this hands-on kind of got me thinking about hands-on and the theme in early childhood because children are naturally fascinated. They want to get in and do. Anyone who hangs out with little people knows that. Lots of questions about why and let me do it and that kind of thing, which is all what we should foster. To have our children be, developed. And I wanted to highlight a couple things that hands-on play and hands-on activity does develop in children. And because we talk about the social, emotional, cognitive things, but the physical development of young children is critically important. It all goes together. One's not more important than the other. So I really wanted to kind of highlight that, especially when it's winter and kids aren't maybe out and doing as much as they normally are. But play is so important, and kids play with their whole selves, and we want to encourage that. I mean, one of the things that I always thought was very interesting, that all mammals play. Cubs, bear cubs, puppies, kittens, humans. we all play by learning when we're young, and we learn the rules of grown-up land in a safe kind of way through play. So getting your kids in these kinds of activities are really important. Particularly, I was thinking about the workshop and the pretzel making and the banging on the pots and pans at Taste of Folly. All of those things are helping children with manual dexterity, so fine motor skills and gross motor skills. Gross motor skills are important. They'll run around and do that, but getting those hands developed, because eventually you're going to pick up a pen, you're going to, do important things, and having all those experiences is really, really helpful. So my whole team, teases me because I can't cut paper. This is like
Neither
a thing.
can I. Wait, this is a thing that we both have in common. I'm very bad at this.
Yeah, well, it's become epic at the museum, and don't let Karen cut the, we do cutting all the time.
I wrote this, and this is the most even one I've ever done.
Well, that was well done.
Yeah, that was after about
that.
50 tries. But
yeah, so I couldn't have done it on 50, and it's funny because I was a clumsy child. You didn't want scissors near me. My parents are probably very smart to keep scissors away from me, but my dad was a writer, so I can type like crazy. I got manual, but just not for that.
Yeah.
So at any rate, getting that whole developmental sort of ability is important. And as parents, if we just are thinking about it, even through these small activities that seem innocuous, actually have important developmental, it's all happening in the brain, the hand, the coordination. It's going to pay off down the road.
oh yeah, there's just so many things in the museum that I feel like do just that.
That's
So
right, yes.
Head out to the Children's Museum, because you can really let your children play and learn at the same time.
That's right.
In so many different ways. Karen, thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Always great seeing you.
Always good seeing you, even though we can't cut paper.